Okay, so I'm getting ready to brew another batch of beer, something I do about every couple of years or so. Anyway, this time we're going to try to brew a batch of Belgian Double Ale. And I'm getting all my stuff together. First and foremost, the instructions. Now I've got two 5-gallon tanks here, one for fermenting, one for priming. Got to sterilize everything. That's the tap that's going to go into the fermenting tank when it's done. There's the actual kit inside that has the hops and the grains and stuff like that to make the beer. Let's go ahead and get that open. All on the side there from Williams Brewing. Our bottle capper, tubing, our plug for the fermenter. This is where the bubbles come out when the yeast ferments everything. Our hydrometer that tells us how much alcohol is in it, and then all the various tubing and stuff. So let me start getting started here. The first thing we have to do is sterilize everything. It's very important that everything be sterile. So we've got this sterilizing powder here, and we mix that in with the water and sterilize everything that'll fit in that bowl, and then I'll wipe down these jugs after I wash them with the sterilizing agent, because that's where it has to be a sterilized fermenting environment for the next 2 weeks. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is boil the wort, which is basically going to be the grains boiled in about 3 or 4 gallons of water. This is the biggest pot we have. I think it holds, I want to say 3 gallons of water, maybe a little bit more, but I'm going to fill it as high as I can and use that for our boil. And when they go in the 5-gallon fermenting can, I'll just add more water to it. Okay, so now I've poured the syrup in there, which just has all the grains in it, and I gotta stir it until no trace appears on the spoon, which looks like it's about there. Next I gotta put in the sugar that's going to be fermented. This is the packet of brewing sugar that I gotta put in there and dissolve it into the wort, which is right there. Okay, so I'll put in the sugar all into there. That's going to ferment and become alcohol for our beer. Got to stir that in thoroughly. And then got to boil this for another hour. That eventually is going to become 8 6-packs of Belgian Double Beer, or Belgian Double Ale. These hops will be put in just a few minutes. They're going to be the flavor for our beer. Okay, in go the hops. Here at the Music House, we're starting our Thanksgiving or Christmas cooking season today, and I'm going to start it with this batch of Belgian Double Ale. By the end of the year, this is going to be 2 cases of Belgian Double Ale. Well, we're just about 2 minutes away from the final cooking time of the brew here, and then we're going to let it cool down. And once it's cooled down, we're going to transfer it to the fermentation tank and add some yeast and let it ferment for 2 weeks. Okay, so now we have our brewed wort, and what we have to do now, I'm putting it in the kitchen sink, and we're going to give the kettle a cold water bath. And what I did is use my wife's baking thermometer, and I'm going to turn this on. Okay, so we're going to watch that, and we're going to wait for the temperature to get down to 85 degrees, and we can add the yeast. I'm also going to put in some ice around the side here to help cool it down a little faster. Okay, now the beer is in the fermenting tank, this 5-gallon tub. And put that bubbler on the top so we have a sanitized way to let the air escape when it ferments from the yeast. And now we just wait. Hiding down here under the shelf in the kitchen, you see that thing bubbling away. That means the yeast are having a good old time having their little fermentation orgy in the tank here. Okay, that'll go about 2-3 days really going at it, and then they'll just kind of sit back for a couple weeks smoking cigarettes and dying off. And then it'll be time to bottle the beer.